We are back with Glenn Velvet Reviews today, and I got another box to install onto the wall. You saw I did the installation review on this one. This is more of ones that you put inside apartments that you're not allowed to, do construction, or you just don't want to do construction. Or if you live in condos or, any kind of living environment where you're, not supposed to be really ripping up and running wire and plumbing and stuff like that. So you would do stuff like this. This is a box that would mount on the outside, and you would just run the electric up and to your light on the outside of the wall. So just, let you guys know. I don't know, how or where or what you guys live or whatever, but if you live in a place of that environment, that's why these boxes are pretty cool. The other one that I did get was, that's not that type of box. So I wanted to do different, obviously, installations for you guys, so you guys can see the difference of the box itself. So there was, we did the installation on that for, whoever needs that type of box, and what you can expect it to look like. Like I said, you're just going to run your wire out of the top where this one comes out, and a piece would go up your wall. It's like a really simple thing. So I went ahead, I got a white weather box over here. By TayMac. This is just an Amazon brand, because I did go to Walmart. I didn't go to Walmart. I probably should have went to Walmart, but I didn't. I don't know if they would have had this, but maybe they would have. You never know. But I did go to Lowe's and Home Depot. The cheapest one they had there was like $15, where I got this for, I think, $9.99 or around there. So this was like $4 cheaper than Home Depot. And plus I get it shipped to my house. I don't have to drive anywhere and use gas that's going up in price, or electric that's going up in price. Everything's going up, if you notice the economy. So it's hard to justify driving distances to go pick up stuff, because if you add that onto your bill, plus the wear and tear on your car, everything overall, it's like very expensive, a little adventure that you're doing when you're going out. So when you go out, everyone just make sure they plan to get everything in bulk. Write a list down in a notepad. I keep a notepad now, and you kind of write down at least like 5 or 6 items at a store that you would need. Walmart, Home Depot, Lowe's, Costco, any of those places. So when you're there, you make one trip, with the family. You get everything. You save money on gas, wear and tear on the car, risk of being out on the road and getting into an accident. All the rest of it pretty much sums it up if you guys can do that. So I'm just giving you guys like how I do it, and it's very beneficial, and it kind of works out if you do it properly. So I got the 3-hole 1/2 inch on each side. They do have 5-hole, 7-hole, all the holes you can want, I guess, is what they have on here. I wanted a 3-hole. I wanted a 4-hole or a 5-hole, but I got this because those ones were like a couple dollars more, and it didn't really make sense to get that for what I needed it. If you're doing anything in commercial or even in your house, if you have to separate the 2 lights, or you're having 4 wires run into the box, you're going to want at least 2 or 3 of these, holes up here, 1/2 inch. You might even want 3/4 inch if you're running size 10 gauge or something. If you're running heavy gauge, you're going to want 3/4 inch, all right? So we're going to go through a review of installing this and mounting it and see what it looks like. I'm installing it over here just because this is the basement. This is the laundry room. So sometimes there's water spilled. The heating system is in the back over here. So sometimes there's moisture here if the water table does lift up enough under our house. We can't get moisture down here in the basement, all right? And this will help with the moisture, prevent moisture from damaging it and stuff like that. Here's what the card they give you. You guys can pause that. There's kind of instructions on the back of what they give you. I got a 2-gang box just because I'm going to put this one in here, and I'm going to put this wire in here. So mine's going to have 2 separate wires. It's going to have a Romex, BX cable, and then I'm going to have Romex cable. So I'm going to have BX and Romex cable, pretty much, the steel cable. So I'm going to install these. You're going to use the plugs of, for where you're not going to be putting this thing. All right, I'm not going to be using the back, so you just take these plugs, stick them in there like that. I'm not going into the bottom, so that's why they give you 2, because you're not buying the box to clog up all the holes. I mean, I don't know what you're doing. And honestly, there's projects that everybody do, so I don't know what I'm talking about. But I'm going to have a bottom and a top over here. But since my lettering is this way and I can read it, I'm going to put that as the top so we're reading it all properly and I at least feel like it was designed that way. You could put it in upside down, it's still going to do its job. I'm just putting it in how the manufacturer was creating it, that's all. So yeah, they give you this. I installed a bunch of these already outside. I mean, honestly, what I see a lot of people do is they just drill through these little dimples. You have dimples right here, as you guys can notice. There's 8 of them right here. What I've seen in the field all over the place, McDonald's, Chipotle, you name it. Like I said, I've seen where they've installed crap. And in the back, you know, most of the contractors just drill through these and they drill right into the wall. I don't see a problem with that. I don't think there's going to be an issue with that. Because there's the grounding screw anyway that you're going to be grounding the wire to, so I don't think you're going to have any kind of problem just securing it to there. But if you do want to use these brackets that do come with it, all they do is you have these holes on the back, and then you would put this and mount this to the wall, you know, wherever you're going to, you know, I guess we'll just let's say you would put it like that and drill to the wall. Like I said, I'm not going to do that because that just doesn't make sense. I got to cut more out. But that is how you do it. Now, if you do want to keep it sturdy on the wall, because you're going to put it in somewhere to keep it, you know, extra sturdy, you're going to have to put it like this. See, there's 2 holes. There's a little dimple that comes out here and it locks onto the dimple, and then you would just screw it in like that, okay? And then that would stay in, you know, you would put one wherever. They only give you 2, they don't give you 4. I mean, probably when you get the more expensive $20 ones, you get 4 or whatever, but for my application, 2 is going to be enough. 2 is going to be majority enough for everybody. I would only put on a bunch more if you're in some kind of area where there's heavy traffic back and forth, because people bang into this crap. They rip it off all the time. I had to fix hundreds of these out in the field. Mine is going to be installed pretty much just like this. All right. So I got to take all this. I'm going to take this out. The wires were not installed with the screw. This is older, obviously. As soon as you open up a switch and you see some flatheads on it, you know the thing is pretty old anyway. There's little release holes in here, so you just push the screwdriver in here in these little slots and you can pull the wire out, right? And then it's very simple to pull it out. Sometimes they might be rusted or old and you just got to cut it, throw it out. If there's moisture there, you know, there could be other issues, high heat, high amperage. I don't get rid of anything anyway. When I take stuff out of the wall, if you ever know me or see me, I'm very frugal. I try to protect everything until it really has to be thrown out. Not only because everything's going up around us and the economy kind of is poops, but you know, not just that. It's just that what a waste to, you know, have metal. You know, they don't really recycle this. This is going to go in the garbage. You ever see when they build houses around the area, they throw out like 1,000 of these. This metal doesn't really break down. You know what I mean? So. But it's really cool. This is a shallow box. These always come in handy for walls that are not going to be, you know, I don't know, what is this, 1.5 inches, where everything else is over 2. It's like 2.5, 2 1/4, 3 inches for some, you know, depths. Here's one right here. I'm just saying. See, you can already see this is a 1/2 inch, and 1/2 inch is a very big deal in the wall space. You know what I mean? A 1/2 inch, and this already looks shallow. And then it has like a little bracket up here that you screw in, and that would grip onto your, you know, back then it was only Romex. They didn't, back then it was only BX cable, the steel cable right here. They didn't run really Romex, you know, back in the day. So I'm aiming to put mine something like that, all right? So the white's gonna stick out and we're not gonna care because we're gonna have this kind of paneling. As you can see, that's the paneling that I did. You know, obviously you know the project I'm working on. You can see what's up. I started gluing all this together and putting this. I just got to obviously glue down the bottom. I ordered some silicone, so I got to take care of that. But this is what this is gonna look like. I just need to go get some box connectors. We're going to screw it in here. Then we can stick these 2 wires into it, tighten them up, run the wire in here, and that's it. And then it's a very simple installation. Anyone can do this. If you're scared of electricity, then don't do it, obviously. But if you have some confidence of common wire knowledge, and you know and you respect electricity, or you respect anything, because anything can kill you and hurt you, right? But you just got to respect it, understand what it can do. Don't do stuff when you're tired. Don't do stuff when you're lazy. Respect it, you know what I mean? Because it's just like a car. It can kill you and other people, right? So we're going to go get these box connectors. We'll be back, and that's it.